I love seeing behind the scenes. When there is a show that shadows a musical act, one of my favorite parts is watching the pictures of the road crew setting everything up for opening night. Time-lapse photography illustrates this part of the story, so we can watch the setup for the first night concert quickly take shape. After we watch scenes from the concert, it is just as much fun to watch everything being packed up again. Everyone has an assigned task, and everyone works together. The roadies are careful, methodical, organized, and hardworking. The Mishkan, the wilderness tabernacle, is designed to be portable, to be dismantled and reassembled repeatedly. To arrange for all the myriad pieces to be packed and carried from place to place, specific clans of Levites are assigned the holy tasks, which means they are roadies of a sort. In Numbers chapter 3, there is a census of the Levites taken by clan, and the responsibility for packing and carrying specific items is assigned to each of the clans. And then when we reach the beginning of the 4th chapter of the book of Numbers, there is an additional separate census of one clan, the Kohathites, the clan which is responsible for the most sacred objects in the Mishkan. We read the responsibilities of this clan of Levites as well as the responsibilities of the priests, and then a warning is given. Do not let the group of Kohathite clans be cut off from the Levites. Do this with them, that they may live and not die when they approach the most sacred objects. Clearly, the Kohathites' assigned task is serious, even possibly hazardous. They are not schlepping a tent through the wilderness. They are required to be careful, methodical, organized, and hardworking. And there's a very stiff penalty for any mistakes. The Italian commentator Sforno comments on this verse. Assign to each of them his specific duty to avoid a free-for-all. By doing this, you will ensure that each Levite will wait patiently until his turn comes to carry out his assigned duty. The modern commentator Hertz notes on this verse, take care that the Kohathites do not incur death through any negligence or want of consideration on your part. In other words, the actions of the Israelites could cause someone's death. Why is there an additional census taken of the Kohathites? The census exists to draw our attention to them. The instruction to not let the Kohathites be cut off underscores the hazardous nature of their work. We read about the Kohathites, so we have a sense of what they did, a sense of the precision and attention required, and a sense of respect for the dangers that they faced. We know that the priests had an understanding and appreciation for the hazards of their work, not only because they worked together, but because the book of Leviticus, which is directed toward the priests, does not contain this information. It is the Israelites who might not have had any knowledge of the holy tasks involved in the caretaking of the Mishkan, who might not have comprehended the dangers involved, who needed to know. That is why we find this text here in the book of Numbers. We do not always see or acknowledge the people who do some of the most important work in our lives and our communities. Yet we are expected to see everyone and to treat anyone with respect, no matter what role they might have. There are people in our lives who have burdens we do not know or who face hazards we might never understand. We need to do our best not to add to their burdens or their hazards. Even though they might not be carrying the most sacred parts of the Mishkan through the wilderness, they are our responsibility as the Kohathites were our responsibility. They are part of our lives and our communities, and we need to see them, acknowledge them, and ensure that they are not cut off from our community.